So hello guys and welcome back to our YouTube channel Infinity Learning. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the decoding table and the Hamming code. Now starting with the decoding table, we are considering an LBC of dimension 7 and 4. So as the name decoding table suggests, it is generally a table which is used in the decoding of received bits or any information which is received. So it is used to determine the syndrome formed by the coset leader, and the equation that we will use is S is equal to E into H transpose, where S is the syndrome. So in the previous lecture we already derived this equation, and the concept of coset and coset leader are also discussed in the previous video. So if you haven't watched the video, I will give the link in the description, and I will also provide the video in the I button, so please go watch it. So we discussed it in the previous lecture and now we will apply that idea here. So here the generator matrix G is given, and we can easily find out what will be the value of H, that is parity check matrix. So we will find first the value of H. So this will be the parity bits and this will be the identity bits. So this will be first, and after that there will be parity bits in the transpose form. So this will be 1 0 1 1, this will be 0 1 1, sorry, 1 1 1 0, and this will be 0 1 1 1. So we found out the value of parity check matrix, and simply we can transpose it. So the transpose will be 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 and 1 0 1. So we found out the value of H and H transpose. Now we will make a table of the coset leader and syndrome, and we'll calculate the syndrome for each coset leader using the equation S is equal to E into H transpose. As we will treat the coset leader as the error, it will incorporate the error, and we also calculated the H transpose, so we can easily find out the syndrome. So if you multiply both the values, you will get the following syndrome as 0 0 0, next will be 1 0 0, so we will get these values of syndrome. You can check it yourself. And we also discussed a relation in the previous lecture which relates the received code, the transmitted code, and the error, which is V is equal to R XOR E, where V is the transmitted bit, R is the received bit, and E is the error incorporated. So as we are considering the LBC as 7, 4, we know length of the bits will be 7, so V is 7 bits, R is 7 bits. So for the operation to take place, we know that the E will also be 7 bits. So how can we get error from syndrome? As we can see, for the consider E3, that is for the third one, this is 0 1 2 and 3. So this one, the syndrome is 0 0 1, so there are 3 bits, but the error will be 7 bits. So what we will simply do, we will simply add 4 zeros in the first place and then write the syndrome. So this will be the required error. So by this simple method, we can calculate or find out error for each coset leader, and we will make a decoding table. The decoding table is also known as the lookup table, as it is the table which we look upon to evaluate any syndrome or error. So that is why it is also known as lookup table. So this was all about the decoding table or the lookup table. So the next topic that we are going to discuss is the Hamming code. Now which code will be known as Hamming code? So basically any LBC which satisfies these 4 following conditions will be considered as a Hamming code, and these conditions are: first, n is equal to the power m minus 1, where n is the length of code and m is the number of redundant bits. Second, k is equal to 2 to the power m minus 1 minus m, where k is the number of message bits and m, as you already know, is the number of redundant bits. And if we simplify it in the terms of n, then we will find the third condition, that is m is equal to n minus k, where m, n and k are known to you. And the fourth condition is if t is equal to 1, that is t is the error correcting capability, that is equal to 1, so the d minimum, that is the minimum distance, will be equal to 3, or you can say the vice versa is also true. So consider an LBC 7,4. So we can get the information that n is equal to 7, k is equal to 4 and m is equal to 3. So we are going to check whether this LBC is a Hamming code or not. So the first condition is n is equal to 2 to the power m minus 1. So we know n is equal to 7 and m is equal to 3. So 7 is equal to 8 minus 1. So 7 is equal to 7. So the first condition is satisfied. The second condition is k is equal to 2 to the power m minus 1 minus m. So k is 4 and 2, m is 3 minus 1 minus 3. So this is 4 and this is 8 minus 1 minus 3. So 4 is equal to 4. So second condition is also satisfied. The third is m is equal to n minus k. So m is 3, n is 7 and k is 4. So this is also satisfied. And fourth one is if we put d minimum as 3, so this will come up to be 1 and t is required to be 1. So all the four conditions are satisfied. So we can say that the LBC 7,4 can be considered as a Hamming code. So by these four conditions you can check whether a code is Hamming or not. So we discussed about the decoding table, we discussed about the Hamming code, and we already know the application and concept of syndrome, error and reception and transmission of bits. So now let's put the concept into application. Now we will solve this problem where the generator matrix is given as follows and we have the received bits, and we will find out the value of syndrome, error and the transmitted bit, that is the actual code, the transmitted code. So from the generator matrix we can easily find out the H matrix. So this is the parity one and this is the identity one. And if you will to check whether it is a Hamming code or not, you will find that it is not Hamming, as it will not satisfy the first condition, that is n is equal to 2 to the power m minus 1. So it is not Hamming. So this was about the Hamming. Now let's proceed for the sums. So from the G matrix we can easily find out the H matrix. So first the identity matrix will come and then the parity transpose, which will be 1 1 0, this will be 0 1 1 and this will be 1 0 1. So we easily find out the H and we can easily find out H transpose by transposing it. So this will be 1 0 0 0 1 0. So this is the required H transpose. Now we know how to calculate syndrome. We know the equation S is equal to R into H transpose. We have R, we have H transpose. So now we will solve it. So S is equal to R so S will be equal to 0 1 and 1. You can simply do the XOR operation and matrix multiplication and you will get the syndrome as 0 1 1. So this is our first answer for the syndrome one. Now we can also find what is the error. Now, as I told earlier, that for calculating the error, we will add required number of zeros before the syndrome. So length of the full code is 6, as it is LBC 6, 3. So the syndrome is of 3 bits. So to calculate the error, we will add 3 zeros in the first place and then the syndrome. So this is our required error. Now at last we are required to calculate the transmitted bit, the actual code that we have transmitted. So we can see that the syndrome 011 matches with the 5th bit of the H transpose matrix. So it is confirmed that the error lies in the 5th bit of received code. Always remember, the error will be in that bit which matches with the syndrome value, and the matrix that we will consider will be H transpose. So the syndrome 011 matches with the 5th bit of the H transpose. So the error is in the 5th bit of the received code. So the received code we know 000101. So the 5th bit is erroneous. So simply we will change the 5th bit to get the transmitted code. So this will be 00111. So the actual transmitted code was 000111, but due to the error involved, we got the received code as 000101. So we also got the actual code, which was our required solution. So you can see how simple it is to calculate the error, syndrome and anything related to it. If we make our concept clear, we can easily apply it anywhere and we will proceed in the right manner. So this was the last topic for the linear block code. So the linear block code is finished today, and in the next lecture we will start a new module which will discuss the cyclic code. And so this much for this video. Hope you enjoyed the lecture, and if you enjoyed it, please press the like button and share your thoughts in the comment section. And if you first time visited my channel, please subscribe to the channel. A sub will be massively appreciated. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, see you later.